Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Let's get right to it. This is my oh so orange EDC. You know, this is really kind of for the month of March. I like to mix things up every now and again. And right out the gate, we have got to start with my Spyderco Delica 4. Now, this thing here is something that I'm not the biggest fan of the action. This is a Japanese made knife by Spyderco. You can't really spider flick this knife, you know, but it does have a nice plain edge. It's about 2.9 inches, so a little bit under 3 inches, but does have high strength. So I'm really been liking this thing when it comes down to actually putting in work, having to cut stuff, whatever the case may be, cutting cordage, rope, you know, boxes, the simple things in life. This thing has been getting the job done to the point where it's very reliable. I do wish it had the spider flick action, you know, but I think the USA made ones are a little bit easier for that. Now, this thing is made in tons and tons of variants. Spyderco, they definitely know what they're doing with this thing. It does have a back lock on the back, which makes it harder to do the spider flick, but you know, it's just not that big of a deal. I really have been enjoying this thing overall, and it does have the G10 scales on it, and it feels really durable. It comes in about 7 inches overall when it's completely deployed, and I like the fact that, you know, you are able to carry this thing tip up, which is my, you know, my big thing is whenever I carry a knife, I want to be able to tip up. But hey, if you want to change it up, see all these holes on here, you can change it up to however you see fit. Now, of course, this thing comes in at about $100. It oftentimes goes on sale. As of filming this video, it was 88 bucks on Amazon. Something to look into when you want to mix it up. So here, next on the list, my multi-tool. This is the Victorinox Swiss Army knife. This is a limited edition Pioneer X. So super small, tiger orange in color, came out in 2021. And it's small, but this thing is mighty. And you know why it's mighty? Because it has one of my most important features when it comes to the world of EDC, at least as of late, a pair of scissors. And a pair of scissors, man, have come in clutch so much. The simplest thing that I've been using it for, cutting zip ties, having to freaking cut stuff with my daughter, whatever she got, projects or whatever the case may be, opening packages. I've come to rely on scissors more than my knife. I don't mind gunking up some scissors versus gunking up my knife. So I really like that as well. It does have this small little lanyard loop on the side, just in case you want to put that on a keychain. And I normally will slip this in a pocket. Super small knife, but you know, you're not getting this thing because you're going to be freaking for the knife or anything like that. It is for the small and ease of use of this thing. And it also has a small file in this thing as well. So super small. It comes in that tiger orange. I like the way this thing looks. It's in how small it is and how you can just kind of slip this in a pocket. This little thing comes in at about $123. You know, it's a limited edition, and sometimes you want to go for what you want. You go snatch this thing up whenever you have the chance. Next on the list is the flashlight. This is the Olight i5R. You guys know how I feel about EDC flashlights. I like AA or AAA only. This is Olight's rechargeable version of the tail switch flashlight, which the thing I like about it is, yes, it is rechargeable. It does put out 350 lumens when you use the rechargeable battery. However, if you're not a fan of the rechargeables, you can always slip in a AA battery. It's the exact size of a AA battery, which is what I really enjoy about this thing. But it does charge with USB Type-C, which is kind of rare for a lot of these rechargeable batteries. They're usually the micro USB, and I usually don't have that cable with me anymore as I'm phasing that out of my carry. So I've actually been enjoying this thing so far. It does put out plenty of light. I actually really like this color. It comes in about 35 bucks. And I like the fact that I do have the versatility, being able to put a AA battery in as I see fit. Next on my list now, there are orange pens, but I wanted to kind of keep it in the EDC realm. So I did land on the Bastion. Now this is a copper colorway. This is a bolt action pen. It does come in the copper colorway. It's not quite the orange color, but I really wanted to get something that's going to be reliable. Didn't necessarily have to find some cheesy orange pen, but I love the way this thing puts down ink, and it's really easy. You can pick these things up directly from their website. You can also pick it up on Amazon, and I like it because it's going to develop that patina. So as I use it more and more, it's going to take the oils from my hand and it's going to color in a beautiful way. My favorite thing of using things which are copper, leather, stuff like that, brass, is that patina over the time and over the years. If you got a pen, you got to write in something, right? I do carry field books in the oh so orange color, and field books, they come in multiple colors. Field books, field notes, writing the rain pads, all those different things. You can pick those up in different colorways. I tend to like different writing materials that have grid lines in them, because the grid lines, I just think that they're easy to write on. And you also can sketch something out if you needed to as well. I think it's important to have something to physically write with, because if I want to leave a note for someone, it's easier to do. Or if I don't want to hand someone my phone to give me some information, I can hand them a pen, a pad, or just give them a pad and they can write it for me, take it back. Now they don't have their freaking greasy fingers all over my phone or anything like that. Next up on the list is, this is a Zippo lighter. It does have the Thunderbird soft flame insert. And yes, Zippo does make their own insert for these lighters, but I went with the Thunderbird because the Thunderbird does indicate how much butane you have left, unlike the Zippo, and I just find it to be a little bit more reliable. So I do like this really nice color orange colorway for the Zippo insert. Very nice. Also, just to mention, the Zippo comes in at $20. You got to stay hydrated when you're doing EDC as well. So I do have this nice 24-ounce hydro flask here. This thing puts down plenty of water. You can change out the top and have the one that's like a sippy top. That just kind of makes me feel like a weirdo. So I usually do the normal screw on top, but you can clip this on with a hero clip. Now, a lot of these items have recently been getting carried in all my Tom Talk bags. And if you haven't seen my review on these bags, I'll make sure I leave a link down below. But I normally would carry this stuff either on my person or in this bag. And this specific hydro flask normally will clip here and just kind of let it hang whenever I'm wearing this thing. So this has come in handy, and I like this a lot, being able to clip that on with a hero clip. The hydro flask comes in at about $30. Prices are always subject to change. Make sure you click the link in the description down below to find the best pricing. Also, if you use those links, those are affiliate links, no extra cost to you, but they help the channel out. We appreciate that stuff around here. Now, you feel like going all out, or you feel like mixing it up, an honorable mention for the knife. This is the mini Benchmade bug out. This thing is great, man. It does have the plastic scales, not that big of a deal. It does have the S30V steel on this thing. I've had this thing for a while. I didn't want to mention this as the main one because this thing is hard to find and it is kind of price prohibitive. Normally they go between $150 and $200 because they're just kind of rare, but if you are able to get your hands on this thing, it is pretty sweet. The action on it's way better than that Spyderco. Obviously, I can't spider flick that, but it does have the nice orange thumb stud. And just, I really enjoy this thing. They're normally MSRP $99, but they're a little price jacked up right now because they're a little bit more rare. You can also go with the Coast, the PX1R. Very nice flashlight, does have a tail switch as well. Now, the reason that I'm not carrying this as my main is because A, it does take 3 AAA batteries, which is kind of excessive. It does plan out plenty of lumens. However, it's kind of big. I tend to like to carry my flashlight in my front left pocket right next to my multi-tool. This thing is a little bit bulky, but if I'm going to be putting this in a sling bag, if I'm going to be putting this in a weekend bag, if I'm going to be gone for an entire weekend, this would be an alternative that I would take with me as well. And I really like the amount of light that this thing produces. So what do you think, man? Is this something that you would carry? Do you like mixing it up? I like my aesthetics with my EDC. This is my aesthetics for the month of March. Tell me down below, is there anything I should add to, anything I should take away? Also, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. We would love to have you a part of the battalion. Listen, if you're already a part of the battalion, hit that join button, join First Platoon, become a member of the channel, get some special content just for you. Keep your eye out. We're going to have a March Madness Made in America giveaway that I'm going to give away tons of items from Made of America companies. I'm looking forward to doing that later on this month. If you're already a part of the battalion, thanks for stopping by. We'll speak soon.